What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day today. Today, we're going to talk about the women's McDonald's All-American high school basketball game for 2025, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's going to be a wonderful one. I'm telling you that right now. It's taking place on April 1st, 2025, of course, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. New York, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a good one, all right? It's going to be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN2. So definitely tune in because I'm telling you right now, these ladies can definitely get a bucket out there. But before we talk about the ladies, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. I'm trying to get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. But what I wanted to talk about first before I talk about the ladies, my top five, or at least my top focal points of the All-Star game. All-American game, I'm sorry, but they are All-Stars, is the teams that have signed the most McDonald's All-Americans. So let's start it off with the top teams, right? We got here for who has signed 3 players at least. We have Tennessee and South Carolina. South Carolina typically there, right? That, we expect them. It's cool to see Tennessee, though. It's cool to see Tennessee there. They're back on their tracks, right? The teams that have signed 2 players, we got Stanford and LSU. And they ain't that bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. And to be honest, LSU's is a little tricky because they should be 3. But, that's another discussion for another day. We'll talk about it. We got here a couple of teams that have signed 1 McDonald's All-American player. UNC, Duke, Southern California, Notre Dame, UCLA, Iowa, Washington, California, Cincinnati, Kansas, Texas, and Oklahoma. So there's a couple of teams in here that have, done their thing recruiting wise. So tip of the cap to all of them. Looking forward to talking about them over the upcoming seasons because the women players will more than likely stay for at least 3 to 4 seasons, right? So now that we've talked about the teams, let's go ahead and talk about the top players. I think that should be fun to talk about, right? Let's start it off here with, and I'll start it off because we did kind of allude to this a little bit. I talked about LSU and they should be 3rd, right? Well, they have 3 players in the top 15 that are going to them next season. So we got Zakiya Johnson, Divine Barrage, and Grace Knox. Now, Divine is the one that's not the McDonald's All-American, but she number 12. Grace, she number 6. So that's no knock on Grace. I get it. Zakiya number 13, though. And I ain't trying to remove Zakiya's All-American status. I'm just saying, how come Divine can't be in the All-American game? Her game is rather divine. Y'all saw how I did that, right? Like she has a good step back, solid form when it's not rushed. Like it would have been cool to see her in the McDonald's All-American game, but fine, cool. She's not in there. I got it. I just wanted to note that she should be on this list, but it is what it is. But Grace Knox, though, this one's an interesting one because, again, she does seem like a good athlete. I got to look more at her game, though, because I'm going to be honest with y'all, there's not much footage out there to study. So I got to pay attention to the McDonald's All-American game. So that's really why she made this list for me, because from what I saw, I got good glimpses, but I want to see a little bit more because I don't know the DNA, the essence of Grace Knox. But we will get to see her teammate, too, Zakiya Johnson up there, who – I like her as a shooter. She has good form. Like I get a Benaja Laney or Jackie Young vibe. That could be pretty interesting to note for the WNBA season. So for college, I'm gonna be paying attention about this All-American game. I'm curious what at least 2 of the 3 do. Wish Divine was in there. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all are paying attention to Grace and Zakiya because them girls are probably gonna get a little bucket out there. But let's move on down to the next people because, I do want to talk about some other folks, right? So we got to talk about here Aaliyah Crump. Now, she's going to Texas, and she's ranked number 5 in college women's basketball or high school women's basketball. Now, my comparison for her is kind of it's all right. It's tough. I want to say Kayla McBride and Marina Mabry, like a combo of the two, because she comes off like a shooter, right? She come off like a shooter, but she might be able to score that thing too. And the one thing I do want to see is Kayla McBride's able to defend. And Mabry she can defend herself too. And both know how to play make as well. So I want to see if she can become a complete player overall when I'm talking about Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? Can she crump it out on the dance floor? No pun intended. Maybe a little. But seriously, though, Aaliyah does give me good vibes. Not the singer, the player. So I would love to see how she does in this McDonald's All-American game because she comes out the same way like she has been from the footage that I've seen. Oh, we might have something, ladies and gentlemen, to watch in the upcoming years for Texas. I'm telling you that right now. But I want y'all to pay attention to her because I done told y'all who I'm thinking about she could potentially be. But let's move on down till we got some more people to talk about. Now we got Agete McKeer going to South Carolina. Number 4 in the rankings. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, this one, I don't think it's a stretch to say. I get DeJuanna Bonner vibes. Lanky athlete. Shot looks questionable. I'll give that. My shot looks questionable. It looked ugly as hell sometimes. But that thing has been dropping. So if that's the case, I'm curious how she looked on contested jump shots. And I have seen her hit some contested jump shots too. Keep in mind too, she's a little mobile with the basketball. That's right. She was hitting contested jump shots on the move, ladies and gentlemen. And her shot seemed a little bit more stable than what I thought DeJuanna Bonner's could be. So just keep in mind, that's how I'm viewing her right now, potentially. So South Carolina might have a stud in the making, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I said the lanky athlete. Ooh, Dawn Staley did a wonderful job recruiting. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm definitely paying attention to her in this McDonald's All-American game. But let's move on down the list, though, because we got, again, some more people to talk about. Now, I want to talk about Jasmine Davidson. Now, she's going to USC, and she's ranked number 3. This one's tough, right? Because for starters, the number 3, if you know anybody by the name of Trey, right, they're the 3rd. So I like the number 3 a little bit. I'm a little biased towards number 3 sometimes. But when I look at Jasmine's game, I do get Shaun Livingston vibes. I can see a Shaun Livingston sort of game, bro. Which, keep in mind, I've been compared to, at least look-wise, face-wise, as Shaun Livingston. Game-wise, too, I have been compared as well. But definitely people have said, oh, you look like Shaun Livingston. So, again, it might be a little bias here when I talk about her off these sort of, ties to myself, right? But I will say that she's lanky. She got a good mid-range. She's a good mid-range shooter off the dribble, ladies and gentlemen. And is a good mobile defender. Like, you need that in the league. I don't care where we're talking about, NBA, WNBA, wherever you are, that's a good quality player to have. And if she's knocking down shots, and I said the mid-range, she's a good mid-range shooter and lanky. We're an elite decision-making away from being arguably the best guard in the WNBA. So I'm just saying, like, that, hey, I'm paying attention to her because think about next season when she plays with Juju. Now Juju doesn't have to go as hard because, remember, she's coming back from injury too. So when she does come back, you got Jasmine to help you out a little bit. That's nice. And then imagine Juju stays one more season too. Oh, that next season going to be hitting. Nasty. But again, Jasmine Davidson, I'm paying attention to this McDonald's All-American game now because if she stands out, we may need to talk about her as like a number 1 pick. No cap. But it's enough about Jasmine. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, we got more people to talk about. Now, let's move it on down to Sienna Betts. Now, she's going to UCLA, ranked number 2. This one's tough because I want to give her De'Erica Hamby vibes. I want to give her the De'Erica Hamby comparison because you can't teach height, ladies and gentlemen. And at 6'4", it's not like she's just solely relying on height. Like, I've seen some skilled moves. I've seen a turnaround post fade. We've seen some moves like that. Got you. Solid mechanics. Shot range might be a little questionable, though. And that's where I'm like, is she at De'Erica level? Because, again, ladies and gentlemen, at 6'4", it's tough to gauge where to really compare, where to really put her. Because in the high school realms, how many players are really out there 6'4", and then when you think about it, that are mobile enough, and it gets a little tricky. When you go to college, there's a couple players like that. So again, I would love to see what she looks like in college, and at UCLA, I think she'll do a good job. But in this McDonald's All-American game, number 2, oh yeah, you're gonna have to show us some stuff. Because again, you can't teach height. So let's see how dominant this height can be. This 6'4" height can be against these other McDonald's All-Americans. And that'll be cool to note too. And I said she has mechanics, she has good skills, so I don't think it's just height. But I'll be curious to see how she does against the other players, because she has the target on her back. She's number 2, ladies and gentlemen. But let's move it on down, or up, however you want to call it, to the number 1 player. And that is Aaliyah Chavez. Now, she's going to Oklahoma, and like I said, she's number 1, ladies and gentlemen. And for me, I ain't even talking about the overall game, because you're already assuming, oh, well, she must be extremely special. Well, the game I've already talked about with all these other players. Hey, well, she can score. Hey, well, she can play make. Hey, well, she can defend. For me, ladies and gentlemen, it's the confidence. I think she's more confident than any other player that I've listed on this list. And I do get that star quality. You know how when you look at a player, you're like, you know what, they give me star vibes. I can see that. I put a quotation mark around the star because I don't want y'all to think when she goes to WNBA, I'm saying star as well. I got to put more eyes on her. She's 5'11", point guard. Want to see what she can do. But again, from what I've seen, it is quite a bit. So Oklahoma does have a nice little player on their hands. And I'm curious what she does in March Madness, because they could be doing some things. But this McDonald's All-American game, I am expecting Aaliyah's confidence to shine in this game. That's my expectation, because again, I already know what to expect game-wise. So I just want y'all to put eyes on her and see what I'm talking about. Put eyes on all these ladies and gentlemen. And before we go, I do got one more person I do want to know. It'll be real quick. It'll be real fast. But I want to give some love to my girl, Emily Skinner. She is going to Duke. She ranked number 7 in college women or in high school women basketball. Just want to say this. Her situation next season could be stellar. She's a 6-foot point guard. We, meaning Duke, are losing 2 seniors. And she seems like a quality guard. Keep in mind, I ain't been able to put that much eyes on Emily because of the lack of tape that we have out there. But I will say this, though. From what I have been able to see, she's a competent guard, and we might be able to do something for Duke. So I'm curious what she does in this McDonald's All-American game. Because, again, number 7, 1, I'm partial to number 7 as well, too. If you know, you know. But 2, bro, this is your time to shine, Emily. Or sis, however you want to call it. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, those are the players that I'm going to be focusing on for this McDonald's All-American game. But I'm curious if I missed somebody, I want to hear from you guys. So please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone who's anyone about the show, and make sure you tune in for the McDonald's All-American Women's High School game. But my name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all are having a good one. Take care.